So Fear premiered last night on AMC, and like any new show, they introduce a ton of new characters that you want to get to know, you want to know their names, you want to know what they're about, and I'm here to help you out with that. I'm doing a little character breakdown today, description about the character, my thoughts, and if they will, and my theory on if they will survive this season or not. So spoiler alert, I will be talking about what happens in the first episode, not in detail. If you want detail, you're gonna have to go click on my next video, Reese Recaps Walking Dead premiere episode, and I should have that up soon, hopefully. Hopefully. Well, starting out, Fear is a little bit different than The Walking Dead. Of course, it starts off in LA before this kind of zombie walker madness happens, and people don't know what's going on yet, and some people have a little bit of inkling because things seem kind of weird and people are missing and blah blah blah, but like nobody's connected the dots really except for like one minor character who I'll talk about. But basically this show is about families. You have, in the first episode, you're introduced to two families, or more of like kind of one big blended family, the Clarks and the Manawas. Okay, so to start off, we have the Clarks, which consist of Madison Clark, the mother, Alicia Clark, daughter, and Nick Clark, the son. And in the Manawa family, we have Travis Manawa, who is engaged to Madison Clark, and his ex-wife, Liza Ortiz, and their son, Chris Manawa. Now, there are other families that are considered in the main cast, like the Salazar family, who, if you watch the end of Fear, you saw this coming up on this season on Fear the Walking Dead, blah, blah, blah. You might have seen a scene where Travis Manawa is talking to a man, or is it a woman, and they're like, my family needs a place to stay, blah, blah, blah. That's the Salazar family, and I'll talk about them as well as some reoccurring characters as well. Okay. So this recap will also have my thoughts, not just like a run through of the characters, so you know, FYI. Okay. So to start off the Clarks, we got Madison Clark, played by Kim Dickens. Kim, who you might have known from Deadwood and Gone Girl, is a good actress, I guess. I haven't really followed her career, but blah blah blah, I don't know. So Kim plays Madison, who is a high school guidance counselor and mother of Alicia and Nick. Funny thing about the Clarks is you have no mention of Papa Clark. I don't know where Papa Clark is. I want to know where Papa Clark is. Maybe we'll find Papa Clark, or maybe Papa Clark is in Georgia with the rest of the Walking Dead. I don't know. Okay, so my thoughts. She's kind of like a strong mama bear kind of character. When she's talking to the cops about Nick, she doesn't take any shit. She doesn't let anybody steamroll her, and I think she's fiercely protective about anybody that she cares about, and especially kind of these underdog characters. She has a soft spot for troubled kids, as you might have seen in her scene with Tobias. She doesn't want, kids to get into trouble, and that might be the reason why she lets Nick get away with a lot of his BS, basically. Talking about Nick, we have Nick Clark, played by Frank Dillon. Frank Dillon played Tom Marvolo Riddle. I should know how to say that, because I'm a fan of Harry Potter, yes. So he played Tom Riddle in the film adaptations of Deathly Hallow and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So you might know him from there, but of course he was like a lot younger then. Anyway, so he's Madison's son, and he has like a major drug problem. Like, he has a problem, and it's sad, but I'm sure this will contribute greatly to his development as a character. Anyway, so when I first saw Nick, I was like, I was kind of irritated. He was like, he has this greasy, lank, thin hair, and he's wearing like a woman's cardigan, which I don't judge. Fuck your gender norms, blah blah blah. But he just like irked me. I don't know what it was. It irked me. Basically, I didn't like his character. He has all these problems. They state in the premiere episode that he like ran away for a lot of times. He has long periods of time where they don't know where he is and they're very worried about him, blah, blah, blah. There was a part, my views from Nick at the beginning of the episode changed to the end of the episode, like midway through when he was in the hospital talking to Travis, and he's like, and Travis asked him what he was going to do when he got out, and he's like, I'm gonna get my head shrunk, I'm gonna get out, get clean. And then Travis asked him, do you mean that? And he said, I always mean that. And you really feel for a character who's kind of like fighting against himself, basically. And even though he's a hassle for like the rest of the Clarks and the Manawas, you know, he's, can't help it. My poor baby. Anyway, and toward the end of the show, I just felt he was like a beautiful cinnamon roll, too good for this world, too pure. Because like, he ran the hell over Calvin. I was like, run that bitch over. As soon as like you learned about Calvin being a little, and as soon as you knew about Calvin being not who you thought he was and being this big bad drug dealer and wanting to kill Nick, then you felt for him. And then he killed Calvin, and I was like, yes, whatever, just go. And then they went back. I'll talk about it in my recap. I was like, yes, you do that, you little precious baby, you. Anyway, if you want more to know about what happened, watch the recap. Anyway, and next we have Alicia, who is played by Alicia debnam-carey. I don't know if I'm even saying Alicia right. I don't know. She is an Australian actress. She is best known for her roles as in Into the Storm and The Devil's Hand. I've never heard of The Devil's Hand, so I have no idea. She's also playing Lexa on The 100s. I watch The 100s on Netflix. Not really like a big follower of The 100s, so I don't know. So she plays this high school junior who's really smart, totally the opposite of Nick. And I'm kind of neutral on her right now. Like, she seems like a very smart girl, and I'm sure she is resilient, and her brains will come in handy, and hopefully nobody will eat her brains. I don't know. Alicia and Nick's relationship does seem kind of rocky. She does seem affected by his problems and his issues, but deep down I know that she probably cares about her brother, and that will help them going on in the series. Okay, so next we have the Manawas. Like I said before, the Manawas and the Clarks are kind of a blended family. We have Travis Manawa, who's engaged to the mother, Madison Clark. He's played by Cliff Curtis, who has played a lot of little roles and a lot of shit. Is brown people playing other brown people of different ethnicity, like brown face? Like, I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know. I'm just learning about this stuff. So anyway, he's a New Zealand actor who's been, everywhere. So Travis Manawa is a high school English teacher, Madison's fiance, and a divorcee who shares custody of his son with his ex-wife Liza. So that brings us to Liza Ortiz, who is played by Elizabeth Rodriguez, who you may know from Orange is the New Black, one of my favorite shows. She plays Liza, who is Travis' ex-wife and mother of their son Chris. She is attempting to rebound from her disastrous marriage and is in nursing school, supposedly. We don't find out much about Liza in the first episode. Like, you see her, she's talking to Travis about Chris, but that's all information you get about Liza in the first episode. And that brings you to Chris Manawa, the son of Travis and Liza, who seems to be kind of angry at their dad, at his dad. Of course, child divorce, blah blah blah. You'll learn about it in the recap. No, actually, I don't think I said anything about it. So Chris was supposed to go in the first episode, Chris was supposed to go to Travis and Madison's, but said that he didn't want to. He didn't want to because Nick was all messed up, blah, blah, blah. And then Travis was like, but we're trying to build a family. You know? And Chris was like, screw you, Dad. And I was like, okay, Chris. Do you, Chris? Anyway, and this brings us to the Salazar family, who we don't get to meet in the first premiere episode, but if you watch the preview scenes for the rest of the series, that you might have noticed a scene between Travis and another family, which had Travis asking them if his family could stay with him. And that was the Salazar family, which is Daniel, Griselda, and Ofelia Salazar. So Daniel Salazar is played by Ruben Blades, who I believe is some sort of musician. I should have looked this up, but I didn't because I haven't met him, so I don't really care. Anyway, so he's Ophelia's father. He's a barber who moved from another country. It doesn't specifically say what country. You know. Anyway, so then we have Griselda Salazar, who seems very Catholic, probably blames this whole Walker issue with, you know, punishment, like end of days kind of things. It seems like that's where they're going with the character of Griselda. Then we have Ofelia Salazar, who was born and raised in the U.S., and is very protective of her parents, as she should be. We haven't met her yet as well. So that's it for the main cast, and now let's go to the recurring cast. So most of the people I have on the recurring cast member list, we haven't met yet. But the one person we have met is Matt, Alicia's boyfriend. You might remember him from a few scenes in the first episode. They're at the school, they're like all cuddling. She was supposed to actually meet him, but he didn't show up, so you want to think that he's dead, but he is on the recurring character list, so there's hope for little Matt yet. There's hope for him yet. So Matt is played by Mastro Harrell, who I've seen familiar, but again, I didn't look it up. So basically, he's a jock, he's her boyfriend, hopefully he ain't dead. I don't think he's dead yet. He might die, because he's black, let's be real. The Walking Dead doesn't have good track records with any black male characters. So let's go on to the people we haven't met yet. So we have Sandrine Holt as Dr. Bethany Exner, a confident and skilled doctor, which is good to have in any sort of zombie apocalypse or natural disaster. So I'm glad that they found her. Then we have Coleman Domingo as Strand, a smart and sophisticated man with a mysterious past. Mystery is always awesome, I guess. Then we have Sean Hattusi as Reynolds, a military man with soulful disposition who is out of his element. Obviously, in the previous scenes, you saw a lot of military presence. I don't think I saw Sean Hattusi yet, but the military will be heavily involved. Sean Hattusi looks like a poor man's Chris Pratt. Sorry about it, but he does. I loved him in The Faculty, though. Anyway, so we have Lincoln A. Castellanos as Tobias, who we have seen. He was in a couple scenes with Madison at the high school. He is, he's a character that already connected the dots. He knows that there's something seriously wrong. He tried to smuggle a knife into the school just in case. Madison totally saved his butt on that by not letting the principal see that he had a knife. I have hope for this character, but not much, because he's a little bit out of shape and he's not running. I don't want to say he's not running anywhere, but I know I wouldn't be running anywhere. Let's hope. Let's hope that Tobias gets his shit together. I have Megan Danzo as Jazz, a teenage girl who wants to leave the city. Haven't met her yet, don't know about her. Okay, so let's go on to my predictions. Who's gonna die? I feel like out of the people in this list, probably a Salazar or two. I would really be surprised if the Salazars make it to the end, to be honest. I think maybe Ofelia will make Who am I think was gonna die? I don't think they're gonna kill off Madison Clark character just yet. Though I am a little bit worried about her because she was bit by Calvin, but it doesn't show if it like broke the skin or not. It's kind of like bit her on her clothes, so I don't know. And from that, you would think she could be dead, but I don't think so. I think who's gonna die is Liza Ortiz and Nick, my beautiful little cinnamon roll. Why do I think Nick is gonna die? Because, you know, other than he's fighting this addiction, and I think that it's going to make him have kind of irrational choices in life. And when you're in such a stressful situation, you need all your facilities about you, not thinking about, you know, scoring some smack or whatever he's into. I don't know. Anyways, who do you think's gonna die? Let me know below on the comments below. And thank you for watching Reese Recaps, and hope to see you soon.